fly ass chicks who paint them pretty ass lips. For them trap boys out doubling up on bricks. For musicians like myself that was blessed with a gift. Just to rap with a pack and see what it is. Swerving through traffic like I lost control of the whip. Hurt the competition like I ran over these bricks. Double lines mean nothing when you're hugging the bridge.
Tuesday is your boy Dennis Holmes in the building. I'm here with my co-host Ryan Thomas.
What's up?
Try to hit y'all with a lot of this special energy out here, but like I said, we got a special guest in the building today. Don Wine himself, Donovan Samuels. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Donovan Samuels.
Appreciate the invite, Dennis and Ron. Glad I got an opportunity, man. Appreciate y'all having me on.
All right. We also got another special guest in the building today, because you know how we do on Talk You-ish. You know, we bring on special guests a lot of times. So we also got another special guest in the building. Brett the Hitman Hills is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be commenting with us soon. Make sure y'all tune in. Also, we want to give a special shout out there to the OnPoint Network. That's definitely what I wanted to say. That's a shout out to the OnPoint Network. I want to get right into these topics. Ryan, you know what, Ryan? You know what we ain't doing in a while, man?
What's up, man? What we had not done in a long time.
Because you know, there ain't been no sports on in a long time.
You know what? It's been so long. Now, when you say long, you got to break it down, Dennis. How long it been?
I'm gonna say 3-4 months.
Yeah, I think the NBA they stopped March 11th. I think that was the first. That was March 11th. So it's been over 2 months, 2.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yep, Dennis.
And last time I checked, the Lakers were still
out
in first
the TAP, the trash bleep players. All right, I want to bring it out. I want everybody to get on here, and I want them to know about the trash beat player. The first trash beat player we got, Ryan. Introduce to the first one we got, Ryan.
I got Drew Brees.
Drew Brees.
Yeah. You can't argue against that.
Dumbest.
Now, this go right into my question. I love it.
I love it too.
Did Drew Brees lose his locker room? With the comments he said.
I think he lost his locker room, and I think he knew he lost his locker room, because he even went and called Uncle Shay Shay. Shout out to Shannon Sharp from Undisputed, FS1 Network. But he even went and called Uncle Shay Shay and asked him for some help. And that's when you know you done messed up.
No.
Yeah. Nah, I have to agree. You gonna elaborate that on Dennis, or can I chime in?
No, you can chime in.
Nah, I mean, I think he did lose a locker room, but I think as we talked about, I think just privately off the air, I think he's got to play this season. I don't think he should retire, as some people mention. I think he's got to face what a lot of African Americans have faced for hundreds of years. You got to face some adversity, and you're gonna have to get out of the adversity. And he's gonna have to do that by his actions. And it's not about words; it's about actions at this point. So he's gonna have to gain his locker room back. And I think even though he's at the tail end of his career, he could easily just retire. But to me, that'd just be a cop out. I think he needs to take the necessary actions to win his locker room back over. I think that was a good start by calling Uncle Shay Shay. I think he's going to have to do that moving forward, and he's going to take some flack. But if he gets through this adversity and he's able to change himself in his thought process, and I think people will buy into it, I think he will gain a lot more respect than him just walking away from the game or just not saying anything at all. That's my take.
Go next, Dennis.
The next trash player.
I talk about on the Drew Brees situation.
Oh, no. You got the next one. Go ahead. I already said what I need to say.
Well, because I really think he made it hard for himself. Now your locker room looking at you sideways.
Yeah, they may not block for him.
Right, and that. Now, don't get me wrong. I can't stand the Saints. and it personal for me.
Really, Ron? When did that happen, Ron?
But when I said his comments, I could see they losing the. I could see they go 8-8 this year from his comments. You rub people the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, you know they're gonna lose week 2 to us, so they definitely can count that one of the 8 losses. Shout out to the Oakland Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, Las Vegas Oakland Raiders.
Go on with the next question. Oh, Brett the Hitman. What's
No,
up, man?
no, he ain't here yet. He ain't here yet.
Brett, go on with your next trash blank player.
The next trash blank player I got out there is I'm gonna have to say is the NFL for that weak apology that they sent out when they should have been saying way more than what they said
Mm-hmm.
to Colin Kaepernick, especially
Mm-hmm.
because you did all this about this man kneeling about police brutality, but
Mm-hmm.
yet as you can see how bad the police brutality has been getting
Mm-hmm.
throughout those years, and now you want to say, "Oh, we messed up, we sorry." No, that ain't enough. We need you out there doing something. That ain't enough for you to just sit there and say we messed up, we sorry. You done messed up this man's whole career, his legacy, everything. Just because he kneeled for a flag. You got people sitting down there hating him and stuff. Now, them same people that was hating him is out there rioting at the same time. So so that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like where's all this coming from?
Mm-hmm.
What you need to do is you need to find a way to fix all of this, the NFL. So right now, the NFL, you have made the list. In my Chris Jericho voice, you just made the list.
Now, this what I think they should do about all this.
Shout out to David Royce in the building.
Now, I want everybody to hear me out. Why don't they give him a job in the front office or on the board? Why don't they do that?
I, you know, I think that's a good question, Ron. But I think just back to what Dennis said, I think they owe Kaepernick an apology.
Not only do they owe him apology, they owe him to the point that they need to show, we messed up completely. We need to see how we can find a way to help this thing out.
Yeah,
100%. We
absolutely.
need to fix it. We messed up. We need to fix it. Now
because you already paid him. You already paid him. He's already been paid.
But it ain't just about him being paid now.
I know. I'm just saying that part's covered, but you need to show by your actions moving forward, like you said.
Actions moving forward. Now I see my man TC Casey in the building. That's where he stays at. Right in the comments. Right in the building. TC Casey. Every week I'm going to invite you on this show. Every week until you show up. Just let you know that, and the whole world's watching. I'm going to invite you on this show every week.
The perfect time, TC Casey.
Every week. If you ever watch wrestling, TC Casey, I'm going to keep baiting you into Talk You Is Tuesday until you show up. Now, I just seen you wrote a comment that Colin Kaepernick talent has dropped. He's no longer the quarterback he once was. I failed to listen to that because if I'm not mistaken, there's a guy that's in the NFL right now that in 8 possessions he threw 5 interceptions, and yet he still has a job in the NFL.
Just not that.
Peterman.
Wait a minute, then just not that is when Kaepernick took the 49ers to the Super Bowl and they lost. The next year, what happened to that team, Dennis?
They went downhill.
Okay, so people went their separate ways.
2020, I think it was 22 or 25. Don't quote me on these numbers, but I know it was over 20. Over 20 people left.
So that means your team will do what, Dennis?
Your team is going to fail. And that's what's going to happen. The team is going to fail.
I mean,
there's quarterbacks. There's quarterbacks in this league, like a Mike Glennon who went out and got a 3-year deal for $45 million, who Kaepernick is way better than. There's quarterbacks that's still in this league that he's better than. It's not the fact that, about the money that he's making, and he's going to make more money being an activist than he's going to make being an employee for the NFL. That's not the fact. The fact is that he doesn't even have an option to be in the NFL is because he's blackballed for kneeling about police brutality that's still going on in America today. That is what the fact is. And if you can't seem to get that through your head, it's never been about the flag.
That he gave everybody a warning, a wake-up call, and told us.
It's never been about the flag, but you just can't seem to get that through your head. It's not about the flag. You just can't seem to get that through your head.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Dennis. And you know what it is? I think at this point in the NFL, I think he's more than talented enough to be on somebody's roster. I just think that the NFL, it's divided, just like how it is today. And I think a lot of these fans, especially in these southern cities, like your Indianapolis, I wouldn't really say quite Atlanta, but maybe like Tennessee, New Orleans. You have a lot of these people that have the same sentiments as a Drew Brees, and it's unfortunate that they can't see past that. But what I'm trying to say is that he's talented enough to play, but do a lot of these teams want to deal with that circus that's going to be involved with that?
It's too late. It's too late. It's too late.
I understand that. I understand that.
I don't call it a circus, but the whole world is dealing with this problem right now.
Right. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that like a lot of these teams, they're not going to step out there, especially what are the majority of the owners, right? The majority of the owners are not going to step out there, and that's the reality of it. Do I think it's right? No, it's not right, but that's the reality of it is. That's what the reality of it is. He's not good enough for most owners to deal with that type of backlash or that type of controversy they're going to have to deal with, unfortunately. Like, that's the reality of it.
Okay, I'm going to tell you.
It's a harsh reality, but that's the reality of it.
I'm going to tell you this. Is that the case? How Jamie Winston got a job? And this man just threw 30 interceptions and 30 touchdowns last year.
He's not as iconic as Colin Kaepernick.
But he still got a job.
I understand that.
Throwing for 5,000 yards. You know, people praise people for throwing for 5,000 yards.
How the
Rams Holmes don't praise nobody for throwing for 5,000 yards.
How the Rams?
Like I said, I totally agree with you, but I'm just telling you the reality of the situation.
Right.
And I'm not, and I'm totally with Colin Kaepernick. I think he's more than capable of maybe even having a starting job. Maybe not like the number one starter, but on a Jacksonville, I think he could battle out Gardner Minshew for a job.
Right, sure. But like I said, I'm not. And I'm gonna say this again to TC. I'm not saying he needs to be. He needs to just be given stuff. It needs to be handed to him. No. You're right. He does need to earn. I didn't say he need to be a starter. He does need to earn his way onto a field. He does need to earn a job. You know, there's invites given out to people, and they do practices, and they go in there and they earn their position. They earn their job. And he does need to be earned his job. I do agree with that. But as Ron was saying. Ron didn't say he needed to be a quarterback. Ron said he should be in the front office somewhere. I said that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
But I really
not a bad idea at all.
I really think, and they put him in the front office with Jay-Z, him and Jay-Z and the commissioner to get on the same page and talk this thing out.
Yeah, because right now the NFL like Goodell, he talked a good talk, but we don't really think that's contrite because I mean he waited after the fact and he didn't even apologize to Kaepernick and he basically ruined his career.
His whole career got ruined. When you ruin somebody's career, when you take the effort out to ruin somebody's career, you need to take that same effort to say I messed up and try to fix it. That's what I'm saying on the situation.
Right. Absolutely.
If you took that effort out to say, oh, we blackballed and we don't want a man, then you need to take that same effort out when you say, I made a mistake as a man and say, listen, let me try to fix it. That's what I'm saying on that situation.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man, 100%.
I mean, I just feel like he better than 75% of the backups and some of the starters in the NFL.
Right.
Yeah, there's a couple teams. I know for a fact he would give Gardner Minshew a run for his money in Jacksonville for sure. That's one team for sure. I know.
I would like to see him as a To be honest with you, I would like to see him as a backup in Tennessee. I'm be honest.
No, what? Okay.
Yeah,
What about the
that would be a good fit. The reality of it is, in Tennessee,
It's Tennessee.
yeah, it's Tennessee.
Welcome to Talk US. It's Tennessee. That's what he said.
It's Tennessee, and
Shout
we're
out
not
to the
talking about
Tennessee
your trash volunteers either.
Yeah,
But
shout out to the Tennessee Vols, man.
No shot them.
Shout out to Tennessee Vols. Hey man, all right. What's the next the next TAP, the next trash bleep player.
Don't say it, Dennis.
I don't know this one. You gotta tell me this one. I don't know.
It on you, player.
I don't know who this third one is, man.
Do y'all know any trash bleep player?
It looks like it's about to be TC the way he keep
Matt
writing.
Ryan.
No. It's not Matt Ryan. It was Jake Form. I'm sorry, I forgot about Jake Form. It was Jake Form. I got it right there in the notes.
Hey, where did he go to school, by the way?
Georgia.
Look.
Georgia.
He went to State Farm University.
Hollywood, Georgia.
Yes, hit home.
Yeah, that NFC South or the South is kind of getting a nice little shafting this week with controversy.
You know who deserves the TAP this week though?
Who?
President Trump.
Yeah, but he deserves it every week. So,
but
he'd be like a gold star member. We be out of TAPs for Trump.
Now, back to the Jake Farm. This hit home for me.
He wrote a tweet back in 2019, I think.
And it's not no good tweet, everybody. Let's be honest. He said some stuff that he should not even say it. And he went to Georgia.
That's your school.
They're my school. And you don't say that kind of stuff when you coming from 75% of the whole school black?
Well, not 75% of the whole school, 75% of the whole team.
Yeah, the whole team. My bad.
I wouldn't even go that far with it.
So this make the Georgia college look real bad right now.
Yeah, I always say one rotten apple.
70% Hispanic.
I always say that one rotten apple can't spoil a bunch. That's my thing. They always say one rotten apple do spoil. I say it don't. I say you take it off, you clean the rest of them, they be all right. That's what I say. But some people say other things. That it does spoil a bunch. My whole thing on it is he said what he said. He apologized, and shout out to the Buffalo Bills for sending out their apology on what they said that he said.
So let me ask you a question. So the Buffalo Bills apologized on his behalf, or did he apologize?
No, he apologized first. Then the Buffalo Bills went and sent out another re-apology.
Okay.
On what he did, even though that had nothing to do with Buffalo because he wrote it back before when he was with Georgia.
Right.
So if anything, Georgia should have sent it out, but Buffalo, with them being a stand-up organization, they went ahead and they sent out an apology too. And yeah, I'm running for president in Buffalo.
You are running for president. I was just about to say that. Real political right there. Real political.
Being real political, yeah. Just let you know that. But besides that,
read the comments.
That was all the trash players. The 90% of these comments is TC. I done read all these. I done read all these joints on TC. 90% of them is his, but the comments done went through the roof. Let me see. David Royce was in the comments.
Shout out to David Royce, man.
Shout out to David Royce. Long time no hear from, man. It's glad to see you, baby. What did TC say? Don't block the greatest QB in Saints history. That's asinine. Okay. David Royce said the media loves to start S. Drew is a stand-up guy. Let's say, hey, gentlemen. Kellen said he disrespected his teammates. Dalton said Drew Brees is a great guy. He's not a bad guy.
He's not a bad guy. No one's saying he's a bad guy. We were just saying.
Said, amen, brother. Drew is a great man and a great leader. David Royce said, screw them bum Raiders. TC said, I disagree. TC said he respect the flag, and that's all it was. Derek
Yeah, but
Beatty
he
said,
see,
yes,
okay, so
David, he's a stand-up guy. TC said Kaepernick stats and talent drop. That TC, I don't care how much you're talking about drop.
dude,
You
well,
ain't never seen
how
Kaepernick
would you
throw
even know if
5
he hasn't
interceptions
played?
and 8 possessions, okay? Let's get that
But
out the way.
wait a
If he
minute,
played right now, with him not being in the league in 5 years,
I,
he still wouldn't throw 5 interceptions and
but
8 possessions, okay?
but I got something to say about that.
Me too.
Of course, his talent will drop when everybody retire. It meant that separate race.
Right. Your
Left
talent
and
gonna drop when everybody drop around you.
Right.
David Roy said, "Don't
yeah,
start this topic." Jay said, "Hey Dennis." Hey Jay. TC said he declined this option, and that was the mistake for Cat. Like I said, he did what he wanted to do. He doing like right now. He's doing what he had to do. Yuri said Cat might go to the Seahawks. No, he didn't want to go there when they offered him the job.
Even
today that
TC said, "Why do we owe Cat? They gave him opportunity. He made it a media stunt." Deborah Beatty said, "Great to see you in here, David." Yeah, it is great to see you. Amen to TC. Do you all realize that he make more as activists? Yeah, we know he makes a lot more money.
It's
right.
not
We
about the
know this.
money. Like,
It's
why are
not
people?
about the money.
It's not about the money.
Again, if you made a mistake, if somebody made a mistake and blackballed you from doing what you do best, right? And now you went out and you found a way to make more money as activists because you strongly believe in what's going on needs to be stopped. Those people that blackballed you now said they apologize. If they apologize as a man, you would say, "Well, you need to fix what you blackballed me from." That's what you
Can
would
I
say,
say
TC,
something?
because you in these comments hard. So I know that's what you would say. But you still ain't come on this show yet. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep saying.
And everybody's saying that Drew Brees is a good guy. Nobody's taking away from what he did in New Orleans and during Katrina, all these other things. But at the end of the day, Drew Brees' comments were trash, which makes him the trash player. And the reason for that is because it would be one thing if he said, okay, like this is my view on the flag, but you totally disregard someone else's stance on it. It's completely like it's completely trash, complete trash. And for him to just disregard why other people are kneeling, knowing what it's for, and you said it not once, but you said it twice. Like, come on, bro.
Then you call
Can I say something?
yes.
If I'm Colin Kaepernick, I don't care if it's the winningest football team in NFL history and they come to me with a $50 million a year contract. I'm turning it down because all of a sudden you guys want to stand by me. But when I was trying to do this from the get-go, nobody was standing by my side. But now all
it
of a
was
sudden
heavily
everybody's
criticized.
going to take my side over it? No, forget that.
And that's why I say, why don't the front office of the National Football League come together and give Kaepernick a job in the front office?
They need
Because
to
at the end of the
apologize to
day,
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick should turn down any deal that he gets with the NFL.
Yeah,
Because
I agree.
all this stuff that's going on, now you guys want to side with this man when this man was standing for this 6 years ago?
All right. And if you would have listened to this 6 years ago, maybe a George Floyd wouldn't have died. Maybe a lot of people, I can't think of all the names right now, but maybe a lot of people
It's a ton of names that have happened
a ton of
since
names
then.
out there, but maybe a lot of people who did end up dying of
Exactly.
police brutality wouldn't have died because it would have been the NFL would have been backing him and it'd been more in the forefront. And then after a while,
The
a lot of people
NFL has a
have-
powerful voice, man.
exactly.
It's kind of like in the same sense you see a homeless guy and you keep telling this guy to get a job. But all of a sudden he loses his spot on the street and now he wants to come to you for advice. No, why would you? When he didn't want to listen to you in the first place.
All right.
He
Let
being
me,
the NFL.
since we did the trash players, now we got to do the certified players. We got to do the certified players.
You got all that, Dennis.
All right. Well, the first certified player I got is Michael Thomas. All right. That's the first certified player I got. Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas came out and he called Drew Brees out. As soon as he said the BS, he called him right out. And when Drew Brees apologized, he also went back on Twitter and said that, he's a Christian. He accepts Drew Brees' apology, and he will continue to work with his brother. That's what he said. So that's the first person I'm going. Shout out as a certified player, Michael Thomas.
No,
The next person, you want to talk about that?
who was the next person that came from your team went back to the Saints?
I didn't have him as a certified player, but if you want to put him, that's Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm Jenkins. It took everything in Malcolm Jenkins not to say something bad about Drew Brees.
Yeah.
But the last thing that he did
and that shows the type of respect Drew Brees has. So
Right.
like, don't make it seem like that everyone's dogging on Drew Brees, but what's right and right is what's wrong and is wrong. You know what I mean? Regardless of what type of person you are or whatever, you disrespected a lot of people and you rubbed people the wrong way, and it was a very selfish comment on his behalf.
Right.
Not only that, I respect Drew Brees as a player, but let's not forget where he comes from. The state of Indiana, the most racist state in the United States of America.
Preach on it. But like I said, Malcolm Jenkins was one that said that. Now the guy that I'm putting on here as number one certified players is Steven Jackson.
Okay.
Give a big shout out to Stack 5, and prayers go to you and your family, and Floyd and his family. We want to thank you for everything that you're doing.
You would have thought him and Floyd were brothers, man.
They call each other twin. That's how much they look alike. Like they call each other twin. Look just alike. Like it's crazy.
Hey Dennis, I do got a certified player for this week.
Okay.
Reverend Al Sharpton.
Oh, okay, for calling out Trump.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That definitely was a good one. But that's how I was getting into it. I'm with you on that one.
Watching the memorial service, not the funeral today, but the memorial service last week. And I even told Ron this. I'm like, I know that voice, but I can't put the name with the voice. And that's when my dad came out, was like, boy, that's Reverend Al Sharpton. That man has lost a lot of weight. I'm like, Dad, that's why I didn't realize who it was.
Mm-hmm. No.
And I sat
shout out to Al Sharpton.
My nephew for a good 3.5 hours.
Shout out to Al Sharpton.
No. Who your next person, Dennis?
No, that was it. That was all the certified players. That was all. No, not yet. I got something special cooked up. Not yet.
All right, y'all hit.
Since we got so many baseball fans in here, I just want to know.
Yeah, but why did you pick the underachieving Phillies to be on this meme? I'm just trying to, I'm trying to just process that.
Answer the question. Don't worry about the greatest team in baseball history. Just answer the question. All right.
Probably the highest price team that did underachieve.
Answer the question. Ain't nobody asked you all that. Answer the question.
I'm just saying, Brett. Am I calling out the facts or not? Am I calling out the facts or not? Will it be baseball in 2020?
Hey, how about that?
I don't think that there should be baseball in 2020 because I think that they're trying to condense the season to like 75 games, and I just don't think the way baseball is designed to 75 games is not enough. You got to think about it. These teams play 3-game series against everybody in their division. So even if you were to play each team in your division, let's say 3 times, like 6 times. So you play each team in your division 6 times. That's that's 24 times right there. Like that's just a home and home series. Like it's just not enough games for them to condense it to 75 games. I just don't think it's enough. I think that what they need to do is they just need to trash the whole season. Maybe start the season a little bit earlier. But then again, you can't really do that because a lot of cold places like where Brett's from, like Michigan and New York and Philadelphia, who have horrible weather, you guys wouldn't be able to start the season too early.
Last time I checked, Michigan had more World Series than Atlanta did.
Okay, we're talking about weather, and we're talking about playing games. Not unless they can play in the where the Lions play.
Here go a proposal right here. This was one proposal that I seen the other day.
Okay, 114 game season started June 30th to August 30th. Okay, 114, I can do that. Expanded playoffs for 2020 and 21 season. Okay, so then goes to my thing again as far as weather. If you're gonna do that, you're gonna have most of the time baseball ends on October 31st. You're just getting into the playoffs in October 31st, so that means you're gonna have baseball around Thanksgiving. Not gonna happen. I don't feel like that's feasible whatsoever. Nope. Weather would be too bad in too many different states.
Here in the state of Michigan, there might be more people that would watch a Tigers game on Thanksgiving that would watch a Lions game on Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. Detroit's a baseball town.
What about this one?
This is the one I was talking about earlier. MLB has made a proposal to players 75% prorated salary, 76-game season, playoff pool money, no draft pick compensation for signing players. I don't think 75 games is enough. I don't think 75 games is enough based on the way baseball is structured. It's not enough.
Not only that, while we're talking about baseball, let's talk about tomorrow because we all know what tomorrow is. The Major League Baseball draft.
Yeah. But how does that? I mean, how do teams really assess that? You got to think about it. There was no. You got to think about it. There wasn't. I mean, baseball season didn't even happen really in college, right? It was like in the midst of it, right?
No, but remember, baseball goes off of the previous year records and.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying as far as talent.
Well, listen, Buck Flair doesn't like the fact that you call Indiana a racist state. You know, he said he's been there since '89.
Yeah, I mean, but
facts misunderstood by Lil Wayne. Listen to it. No baseball, no argument will be made. Players greedy. Melissa said, great song. Thomas said, there will not be a season because the money is running the game. Sean said, facts, one of my favorite songs. Melissa said, I don't think there will be a season this year. We shall see though.
Yeah, I think baseball just kind of fell into that the middle part of this whole pandemic and I just the way it's structured. I think you got to at least play 100 games.
Kellen said no baseball. Yuri said the coronavirus is going to take a long time because of the fact that there is no vaccine. Yuri said exactly. Sean said that, yeah, I think I loved it. I knew it was him.
Just because I know the Tigers will suck, and if there's 70 games, there's a chance the Tigers might make the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a condensed season, anything could go. Because you think about it in baseball. I mean, you got 162 games. So this is my rule in baseball. More than likely, you're gonna lose 60 games, and you're gonna win 60 games. Now the other 100 and you got 160 to 100 the other like 42 games is kind of like whatever. You know what I mean?
Because if there's 60,
you're pretty much gonna win 60 and you're gonna lose 60.
All right, well, let me ask y'all a question, man. There's a rumor out there, and this is a Ron's question. There's a rumor out there that this guy, future Hall of Famer Alex Mack, could be getting released from the Atlanta Falcons, Ron. I need to know what's going on here, Ron.
He's going to retire. He already said it.
Is he going to retire, or the Falcons just don't really have a lot of money?
No, he's going to retire. He said it.
Hey, Ryan, just answer this for me. Look at his jersey number at -2. What's that equal?
Oh, here we go.
And we drafted somebody out of college that in the best center, I think, in the past draft.
You talking about the boy from Temple? Shout out to Temple. Shout out to Philadelphia. Are you talking about? Are you talking about? That's what you talking about? Yeah. Don't nobody want to go to Philly. You know his line? Everybody want to go to Philly.
Well, nobody want to go to Philadelphia
I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to tell you one thing about this one right here. You better get used to saying his name.
No.
You better get used to saying his names. Say it with me, Ryan. Cam.
No, you got it's
Whoa,
Pam.
Cam.
Pam. It's Pam. It's Pam.
Cam.
But not, let me be honest. But Pam is an MVP quarterback.
And Pam
Cam,
is
but
better than
Cam
Matt Ryan.
Newton is
Better than Matt Ryan. Say it with me.
40%
Cam
accurate.
Whoa.
And no,
Better than Matt
and
Ryan.
this why,
You
wait a
gotta
better
minute,
than
break
Matt
that one.
Ryan.
wait a minute. Leadership, no.
Cam is better than Matt
No.
Ryan.
And I'm finna tell
Leadership.
you right here, what
What
happened when they
leadership
lost,
does Matt Ryan have?
wait a minute. What happened when they lost the Super Bowl? How they Cam Newton at?
What happened
What
when y'all
happened when
lost
Matt
that Super
Ryan
Wait,
Bowl?
lost
How
his
did Matt Ryan
OC,
act?
wait,
his running back,
Matt
his
Ryan, you
offensive
talked to
coordinator?
everybody. Cam Newton had what? He was mad, right? Yes or no? He had attitude, yes or no?
Everybody gonna have an attitude when they lose. You got an attitude right now that you
Like
about
I
to be
like I
Cam Newton.
said, Cam Newton.
Give Cam Newton the real
Cam
deal.
Newton is an underachiever. Underachiever.
All
Like I
right, now
said before,
we got some that in that. You say, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
like I said before, and I've said this time and time again, he came into the league. He had the same offensive coordinator, the same coach, a great defense for like his first like seven years, and he couldn't do anything with that.
He went to the Super Bowl.
He went to the Super Bowl. Okay, he went to the Super Bowl, but for his caliber type of player, how he's Superman and all this. I mean, wouldn't you think
Time out.
What do you mean?
Let me ask you a question. And I'm pulling your homework card right out right now.
What?
Rich Gannon better than Cam Newton? Yeah. I'll put you on the spot. Yeah. Rich Gannon better than Cam Newton with 2 Hall of Fame wide receivers on the side? Tell me about it.
I'm gonna blame Bill Callahan for that. Like I said.
Oh no, you did. Next question.
I'm gonna blame Bill Callahan.
How y'all feel about my guy Dalvin Cook saying that he needs to get him a new contract?
Ron, go ahead first.
I really think without him, Minnesota will not do good. Let's be honest. Yes, he been injured. Do he deserve it? Yes, in my book. But he don't want that much.
What do you mean he don't want that much? He wants to be paid like Run CMC.
No, he
No,
He didn't say that.
He only wanted
He
13.
did say that today.
No, he said he wanted 13.
He said he didn't want to be paid the highest, but they were offering him $10 million, I believe, right?
13.
And he wanted 13. And basically, like I was watching what first things was it? Not First Things First, but the one with the one that Jason Wood got kicked off.
First Take.
No.
The one Jason Wood.
Speak for yourself. Yeah, and they were saying that he had no leverage, and I'm like, I don't understand how he doesn't have any leverage. To me, I feel like
you think Kirk Cousins can win the playoff game without him. You lost your mind, bro.
I was just about to say that. Personally, I love Kirk Cousins. He went to Michigan State and everything. But if I was the Vikings owner or the GM, I'm paying Dalvin Cook and forcing Kirk Cousins to take a pay cut.
Or restructure his deal, right?
Restructuring his money. All you gotta do, restructure that contract that he got.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well,
at the end of the day, Minnesota decided to settle for Kirk Cousins over Teddy Bridgewater.
Since we're talking about people that need to get paid, since we just talking about, I'm just saying.
Are we gonna talk about my man Dak?
Dakota!
Yeah, baby.
Dakota! And from the words of Michael Irvin. You understand? Dakota's in the building. My boy Dakota.
Yeah.
Anybody know me? They know I love me some Dakota Prescott.
Shout out to Sean, Showtime Jack, and Mr. Marcus Betts, the Alpha.
Marcus Betts. Marcus Mariota Betts.
I've been saying for months, watch this. Sign and trade before the trade deadline. Dak Prescott goes to the Lions, and Matthew Stafford goes to Dallas.
I've heard that scenario before.
This the problem. How much will you pay that?
Whatever you want.
No. If you do that, you're going to be losing a lot of people.
I wouldn't pay.
You already paid everybody. You paid everybody. So who are you losing?
You tell me next year they may not lose nobody.
They paid everybody already.
Okay. So how much will you pay him?
Whatever you want.
A bag of chips and 2 bologna sandwiches.
Whatever you
Nah,
want.
I mean, I don't think you
No,
pay him
I think
he
he can
wants,
listen.
but whatever
I'm gonna put it to you like this. Do I think that he needs to start the quarterback market? No. But you know what is gonna happen?
What?
Andy Reid gonna pay Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes gonna get 40 million, and now the Dallas Cowboys are stuck like Chuck.
And
That's what's
now they're gonna have to
Well,
pay
you
him
get
like
messed
39
up
or
at-
38, right?
right. They're gonna be
well,
stuck.
you get,
Yeah. So
well,
whatever.
you
So
get messed up
basically,
at-
they're like they're,
I was actually reading an article on Patrick Mahomes the other day, and said he's leaning more towards to taking a mediocre deal, so that way he could keep the core players around him. That way the Chiefs are good for a long period of time.
well, you just messed up at, Dennis. Did Patrick Mahomes just win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Okay. Had that been to a Super Bowl?
Nope.
no.
How
But neither
far-
did Matthew Stafford when they offered him the bag too.
No. I'm gonna let Ryan go. I'm gonna set him right up.
How far?
Setting right up on this one.
How far Dallas been into the playoffs with
I
that?
went into the second round with that.
Okay, I'll rest my case.
All right. So wait, how you rest your case? What happened?
Because Patrick Mahomes just won the Super Bowl. He deserved that money.
right.
We're not disputing how much
Not
Patrick
disputing,
Mahomes should get
not
paid.
disputing.
I know, but what I'm saying, he had not went to no Super Bowl or nothing. He
Right.
got to the second round in the playoffs and then choked.
And I had the worst coach. Don't forget that part. You know,
Yeah.
fired my coach I had for 4 years.
Okay,
It was terrible
well,
5 years ago before I even got there. You knew that 5 years ago.
Keep in mind the money
No,
that
spread around for my 4 years.
in the 90s.
right, but they're your owner problem. Your owner
And
rated
who got it? Well, time out. Who got to pay me though, Ryan?
the owner.
All right. So it looked like he got 2 problems in on it.
Right. So now
That's up to him. That's up to him, then, ain't it? Sound like that's his problem. Ain't my problem. Ain't my problem. That's all I'm saying. Ain't my problem.
I mean, I just said the owner waited 10 years to fire that head coach. Yes or no?
Yes, he did. But let me show y'all. Let me show y'all what y'all been talking about right here. This is what y'all been talking about. Let's talk about it. Since we got the Buffalo crowd in the building, let's talk about it, huh?
What?
Let's talk about it, baby, huh?
Ooh.
Let's talk about it,
It's
baby.
getting kind of spicy.
Let's shake things up a little bit here.
No,
Josh
Steelers
Allen
ain't making
lovers.
a trade for the
Where you
quarterback.
at? What's up, Travis? On Josh Allen lovers, where you at? I'm reading the comments. I'm right here. I see your comments.
Oh, I'll take Desmond King for a second round pick to San Fran any day of the week.
Ain't nobody saying about. Ain't no San Fran on here. No
San Fran's not even on here, man. Stop making it about
No,
you.
You guys got him going to Minnesota, and Minnesota ain't even got a second round pick.
I have to say, well, San Fran ain't getting them.
Now, they got that going to Buffalo.
And they got Josh Allen going
to Texas.
Going to Texas.
Now let me ask these Buffalo fans this: how would you guys feel about that trade? Would you like Dak over Josh Allen, the savior of Buffalo, according to Kellen? Shout out to Kellen.
Shout out to Kellen. We're Kellen that anyway. He ain't even saying nothing.
He in here. He in here.
He ain't in here.
Nah, he in the comments.
He ain't saying nothing in the comments. Kellen not in here.
Nah, that to me, I would not do that trade.
You wouldn't?
No.
Why not?
I don't think you should give up a first for it. I think you should give up Josh Allen
in
the third. I don't think you should give up a first for it. I'm not my talent, but at the end of the day, you still got to pay Dak. So I'm not going to give up Dak. I'm not going to give up Josh Allen in the first. No, I want Dak, but I still got to pay him because you ain't paying.
But the problem is Dak don't do good in cold weather.
I was just about to say, Dak is an overrated quarterback.
He don't do good.
Oh my gosh, man!
I bet you know a 49ers fan. I bet you know
God.
all about
overrated quarterback. Are you really talking about overrated
quarterbacks?
Really, Brett?
You sure you want to go down there?
Really, Donovan? You want to go there, Mr. 7 interceptions in the Super Bowl?
Who threw 7?
The last time a defensive player won MVP in the Super Bowl was Dexter Jackson against the Raiders.
It was not 7 interceptions, bro.
Chris, no, he did throw like 5 though.
Now the running back, I would do that if I had Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I would have did that before the draft started.
I would do that.
I like the Josh Rosen. I like the Rosen one for the Steelers. I like that.
Yeah, that'd be a good spot for him in the Steelers.
Yeah, I just don't think the Steelers would make a move for a quarterback.
I think they would. They got.
Why would they not? With Big Ben going
off
the board.
They went 8-8 with a third-string quarterback that was a duck.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. I think Josh Rosen's better than a third-string quarterback.
He's better than both of them.
Yeah. Let's match his numbers up to Mason Rudolph's last year.
He didn't play.
The opportunity Mason Rudolph's had.
Thank you.
That's why.
Exactly.
But if he was in Pittsburgh, he would have played.
Can I just say this? Can I say this right here to you, Brett? I think that Josh Rosen is better than Duck Goose and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, okay? That's my opinion on it. Yannick, and if Yannick goes to the Giants, I'm going to beat him.
That's opinion.
You know what? There will be a good look for the Giants.
That'll make our whole division have the best defensive line division in any division. We'll have the best defensive line in any division.
All right, now let me just throw this scenario out there. This is for Brett. Would you trade Garoppolo for Dak Prescott straight up?
What?
Wait. Kellen said, I'm always here. He said, Dak not for the Buffalo culture. Sean said, this is hurting, and you should come on at 7:30. That's why being on time is a virtue.
I've been not trading nobody. I've been not trading nobody to my rivalry.
Ramona said Mason Rudolph had one season thrown into the mix due to injury. We all know Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer ain't gonna do nothing. Sean said, "Oh heck no." Well, y'all wait till 9 o'clock.
Nick Foles?
The only person that would like that trade that Dak for Josh Allen would be none other than Will LeBombard, the Dallas Cowboy Buffalo Bills man. Shout out to Will LeBombard.
I don't think no. All right, let me make these trades a little bit more realistic. I don't think that that Buffalo should give up a first forward. I think it should be Josh Allen and a 4th round pick. The Leonard Fournette deal. That's a good one. Michael Gallup and the 2nd round pick for Jamal Adams. I do that in
a heartbeat.
That's good
trade. Josh Rosen and
that's another good one.
I don't think you need to give them a 4th. They should just trade a 7 for a 6 and get Josh Rosen. Just trade like you about to get a bag of whatever you want to call it.
Back to what you were saying, Dennis. I wouldn't give Jimmy G up for nothing. That's my quarterback. I stand by him. Yes.
All right. Well, you loyal.
Like Terrell Owens. That's my quarterback, man.
Yeah. Well, you loyal. That's okay. Yannick Ngakoue for a 2nd round pick. I think that's enough. That's good. If I'm the G-man, I do it.
Not with that contract.
No, he didn't get the contract. If the contract that he won, he didn't get. So I would do it.
But he's still there. But they're going to probably have to trade him anyway.
Desmond King for a 2nd round pick. I think that's a steal. Personally, I think that's a steal.
Okay.
Me personally, I wouldn't trade Jimmy G for A-Rod. What up, Dre?
Go to the next topic, then.
I just realized that you said that because of what up, Dre. I just realized that. All right,
man, I can't do it.
All right, man. Y'all let me know, man. Who's gonna have the best new home season?
Nuke, hands down. It's not even a debate.
Sean said you high. Ramona said the Steelers don't have any cap space for Rosen or anyone. Right now, Rosen's getting paid a rookie minimum, so you do have enough cap space for Rosen.
The question is, do you want him, Ramona?
Right. Well, once you get rid of Duck Goose and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you have more than enough money. What's up with Mighty Wise? Kelly gonna say gotta be on time. Sean gonna say you was late to your own show. Oh man. Travis said all these trades are pretty good except for the Dak one. Dalton said I'm doing good. Kellen said Sean. No, I told the fools I had to work on Sunday night. I believe it said Diggs. TC Casey said Brady and Grunt. I'm gonna have to go out on a limb And I'm going to say
You're going to put Noodle on him, huh?
no. I'm going to say D Hop is going to have. Yeah, you know I ain't riding with Noodle Arm. I ain't ever riding with Noodle Arm.
That's why I said Nuke. That's why as soon as they made that trade, I made it clear. For all you 49ers fans paying attention to this show right now, we ain't winning the division. Arizona is winning that division this year.
Y'all heard it first.
Y'all had it first from a Niners fan.
From a Niners fan. So
Deborah Beatty, David Royce, you want to comment on that?
It was nice to see David Royce in there. But it's my last one right here.
All right.
How y'all feel about these coaches right here, man?
Rank them or what?
Are these the best 6 coaches in the league right now, or are we missing one?
I'm
missing one.
One should not be in there right now.
Who shouldn't be in there?
Sean Payton.
What?
Everybody in this joint got a Super Bowl ring.
Sean Payton, when he get to the playoffs, they fall off. They drop like dominoes.
Yeah,
Yes
but they
or
still
no?
got a Super Bowl.
Yes or no? We talked about right now. Yes or no?
Dalton said Hopkins and Diggs. Ramona said, no, we don't have any cap space. We got players we got to play. Sean said Hopkins.
I mean, you
said
could arguably say that. You could arguably say that if you're going to talk about what have you done for me lately, you could
Sean
arguably
said
say that.
The 49ers are going 6-10. TC said Brett's cooked. Okay. Dalton said the Cardinals fans probably getting Bill O'Brien jerseys.
That's a good one.
Niners are winning that division. Sean said take Peterson off. I see the hate, Sean. Don't worry about it.
What?
Kellen said that Sean McDermott over all of them.
Who said Niners going to win the division?
And that's about it. So who y'all taking off?
Who am I taking off?
I
thought we were ranking them in order.
My fault. I said who y'all adding on. I'm gonna say who y'all adding on.
Who am I adding on?
Are you adding anybody on? You think it should be a 7th, or is this the best 6 that's in the league?
I mean, it's hard to argue against those 6. I mean, you could probably maybe put Vrabel in there. But other than that, I mean, as the 7th, I mean, you got to think about how the coaching carousel is in the NFL. There's not a lot of long tenured coaches, and I feel like these coaches, have had the most success, have got Super Bowl wins.
I put the Tennessee head coach in there.
Like Vrabel.
That's Vrabel. You just said that.
I would add that as a 7th, but I wouldn't replace him with any of these other coaches.
Okay.
That's just my take.
That was your take?
Me personally, I would.
What, you would put Shanahan?
No, I would replace Vrabel with Doug Peterson.
Nah, bro.
They hating on Peterson, ain't they? You see the hate on Peterson?
Nah, I got respect for Peterson, man. I mean, what he did last year with the amount of talent, everybody's giving Mike Tomlin the credit he did what he did last year. Arguably, Doug Peterson did just as well of a job with a lot of injuries as well. So
he did.
He did, yeah.
Doug Peterson had 3rd-string quarterback, 3rd-string running back, 4th-string wide receivers.
We had a 2nd and 3rd-string running back. Matter of fact, we had a 2nd and 4th-string running back.
No, you didn't. Miles Sanders, bro. He was drafted.
Miles Sanders was the 2nd string. The 4th string was Boston Scott.
And the Eagles.
Our wide receivers live on the same block with you. Let's say something about that.
And what kept paying?
Nelson Aguilar. Y'all got
Nelson Aguilar wasn't there.
Nelson Aguilar wasn't there.
Deshaun Jackson was injured. They all got injured by like week 10. Our number 1 wide receiver was a quarterback, Greg Ward from the University of Houston.
Greg Ward Jr.
Dennis, unlock the thing.
I already unlocked it. I've been unlocked it. It's 9 o'clock. I unlocked it.
All right. Let's see who comes in.
It's time for Ron's hot takes. I already unlocked the Zoom. So all the people that kept saying let me in, make sure y'all watch your mouths. We on the
Now,
network, the OnPoint.
which league had the worst referees.
Which league?
Lead. Like
Which league got the worst
baseball,
referees?
football,
It still ain't
basketball.
baseball. That's what we know for sure.
What's up,
baseball,
Rashawn?
hands down.
Donovan, don't even talk to me.
It sure
I'm gonna
ain't.
let you know that. That's how I'm starting it. Donovan, you don't even talk to me. What is wrong with you? Saying some of the outlandish things you've been saying on this net. What is wrong with you?
Now, which one is it, Dennis?
In my eyes, I'm gonna say the NFL.
What do you think, Donovan?
Repeat the question.
What sports league have the worst refs?
The worst refs? Oh, NFL by far.
Nah, the
No,
NBA.
it's not. It's Major League Baseball. Armando
NBA.
Galarraga's perfect game was blown by a
The NBA. They let them players walk from the half court line sometimes. They don't even call
No,
fouls anymore.
I think in some of these games, I mean, I think you've been. I think arguably my team and your team, Rashawn, has probably had one of the worst calls. So and they're painful, man. And they're and in football, it's one game, and it's a playoff, and it's one game. And when you can't get the call right in one game, where it decides your whole season, then yeah, like I would have to say football.
Okay,
I've
never
How many
sent
times
hate
have the
mail
Lions been
in my
screwed by
life.
the refs? Calvin
You heard
Johnson,
me?
no catch.
What's up,
We
Devon?
talked about that yesterday. What's up?
You know that same coach threw that challenge flag on both catches. The one that actually coaches my team now. He actually is the one that threw both them challenges for both of those plays. But did anybody know where that ref lived at? I've never seen hate mail in my life, but I think I'm going to.
No, I gotta
We don't
say,
know that on OnPoint
It was on
Network.
the perfect game.
I gotta say
But never forget that. The ump's
I
name
got-
is Jim Joyce.
No, not the ump. The referee who said Des Bryant catch wasn't a catch. Right?
I gotta say the NFL
Yeah, I don't think it's the NBA because
because
NBA is horrible, bro.
they go to the replay.
Des
and
Bryant's
they
catch was not a catch.
What?
Des Bryant's
The same thing that was called a catch.
and the complexity of what was being called in that playoff series in that series of playoff games.
Exactly. So watch it again.
Hold up. In the complexity of what was being called in that playoff series, Des Bryant's catch was not a catch. If you start by saying that Calvin Johnson's catch was a catch, then yes,
it was. They both were catches. They both were catches.
All right,
so what was that catch?
But why are you getting mad at the ref? Why are you getting upset with the refs for being consistent?
Because that's not consistent.
Because they lack consistency any other time.
They lack consistency. Like at the end of the day, if he caught the ball, don't call it back. Megatron or Des Bryant. They didn't do it to Zach Ertz.
Oh, but it was fine when it was
catched
by Des Bryant.
They didn't do it to Zach Ertz.
Why you gotta bring your Eagles in this joint? Eagles ain't
because he did the exact same thing in the Super Bowl, but they didn't do it to Zach Ertz.
No, he had 3 steps. He took 3 steps.
Hey, tell me the difference.
So did Des Bryant.
Hey, Rashawn, tell me the borderline difference between Zach Ertz, Des Bryant, and Calvin Johnson. There's one main difference.
I could do one better. Look at Brett's screen.
See, even the computer's mad at you because it's freezing. What is the difference between Des Bryant, Calvin Johnson, and Zach Ertz?
Dallas.
What's the difference?
The 10.
Black and white.
No. So why is it always got to be racist? No.
So what is it?
Des Bryant and Calvin Johnson are wide receivers, prima donnas, punk ass bees. Zach Ertz is a tight end. He keeps his end tight. Therefore, he deserves to get a touchdown.
I would agree with you with that, Devon, but they did that same thing to Jesse James too on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear what you just said? Jesse James. He doesn't belong in the NFL. He should be singing country songs with the rest of his team.
Come on, Stanfield. Come on.
Him and old boy that used to play for the Eagles, they belong in the country circuit.
And Parky belong in the grocery store.
And that's exactly where he is.
Who is your comeback player of the year coming up?
Matthew Stafford.
Who I think is going to be the comeback player of the year coming up?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mr. Trubisky.
Ron, did you call for a Falcons support?
Oh my God, are you kidding me right now?
Yo, Rashawn.
Good shot, Sean.
Yo,
Yeah, that was a
Rashawn.
good one.
Rashawn, I hope that you eat those words like little Kim, like little Kim ate
Read
those
the
children
comments.
when she had to be rushed to the hospital.
Read
I feel
the
like
comments.
Trubisky
You gotta
probably
bring
been
Lil
the
Kim in
season
this, man. I think
starter
you gotta talk
from
about Lil
week
Kim.
6, right?
Because I was playing the what is it called?
No time for fake ones.
No. Let me finish my joke. What is it called? when you say when you make a joke that the words are synonymous with two different caricatures, what is that?
Oh, you do like double things.
I
Double
do.
joint,
I
double,
do. I do. I do.
I
I
see it.
absolutely
I see it.
do.
I see it.
And Coke is in your family. Moving on.
Somebody had a bunker. I do.
I'm like Jeezy. I say I do. You know I do.
Don't do it.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Ron? You got Travis in here.
Travis in the building. What's up, Travis?
What's up, my people? What's good with you?
Oh, man.
28-3. That's all I know.
Oh man!
I don't
Wait
know
a
what
minute.
you're talking about. I have no
got you,
idea what you're
Travis.
talking about.
I got you, Travis. Nelson Aguilar, Marcus Mariota. That's what I know.
Hey, Travis, I got a little something to show you, Travis. How you? Just tell me how you feel about this, Travis.
Really didn't.
Hey, I love
like
that,
it.
man. I would like that to happen.
That's
Why?
He is.
Why would
he
you
is
like
better
that
than
to
Matt
happen?
Ryan, though.
Because he would be better.
Why would you like that to happen?
Because he would be better than Matt Schaub at backup. Absolutely.
Hold on. But wait a minute. These y'all are the same ones who were just lobbying for Cat to get back in the NFL, but Cam Newton can have a job.
Who was?
I was
That's how y'all
lobbying.
feel?
If I was
I
lobbying,
never said Cap should be back in the NFL.
I was lobbying for
Listen, I would love to have Cap
the NFL job, but it had to be
as a backup.
I said NFL job.
I would never lobby for Cap to be back in the NFL. I hope he never comes back. I hope he tells
why?
the NFL to
Explain.
kiss
But
his
y'all
ass.
not gonna keep hating on Cam though.
Bruh,
No.
why would you want to? Yo, my partners at Fresh Perspective said it best. Why would you want to be in a relationship with a hoe that don't want you?
I agree.
Talk to him.
Yeah, and that's the
They
same
don't
thing
really
I
want
said.
Cap in the NFL, bro.
They don't really want to
Yo,
meet you.
yo, stick with the people that really want you and actually really need you. Stay on the streets, bro.
He don't want to play football.
Yo, I know it ain't public knowledge, but I know you got paid, and it's it's a yearly distribution for 7 years. I know.
It's over 100 million, right? It's over 100 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So if he decides that he wants to come back.
But the minute he steps, from what I understand, the minute he steps foot on the field, the rest of that money is forfeited. So why would you accept anything less?
I'm staying right where I'm at. Never mind.
Listen,
not my free money.
So why would you step foot back on the field for anything more? For anything less than what you already getting paid?
Exactly. Agreed, bro.
Well,
at the end of the day, it don't look like
he really want to play. Then it doesn't matter.
See, the media think they slick. They like, oh well, Colin Kaepernick only got $10 million. That's this year, bro.
Yeah.
That's $10 million a year for the next 7 years. But in that contract, in the event that he steps foot on a football field, all yearly funds after that are forfeited. So if you ain't making at least $10 million a year, which you ain't gonna make as a backup, what the hell are we even talking about? Stay where you at.
And then on top of that, the money we got from Nike too, right?
Yeah, he got money.
Yeah, but the money that he got,
that's a completely
so the money that he got.
I know. I'm just saying, like he ain't hurting.
So the money that he got from Nike.
That's why I say the only way he'll come back is if he really wants to play.
Right. He really gotta want to ball out.
Here's my thing, bro.
Everybody can't hear everybody, man. One at a time. We on the network.
You're right.
This is my problem. How you gonna count my side money? You can't count my side money.
No. It's not even that.
I'm not talking about counting the side money. I'm just saying like he's not hurting for money. Like that's what I'm trying to say.
Let's think about it though. Like honestly speaking, everybody that couldn't play in the NFL, they find somewhere to go play at least. You can at least play in the Canadian League. You could have played in the XFL. You're not even showing nobody that you can still play football. You're just
and the
lobbying for
NFL
a
was
job.
real slick about that because I don't know this for a fact. This is all hearsay. They real slick because they say if you play a down of professional
What's up, Anthony
football,
White? What's going on, man?
What's going on, fella? How y'all doing, man?
that verbiage is very, very
bro?
dangerous. That means if he sets foot on a CFL field, money gone. If he sets foot on a semi-pro field, money gone.
Well, wait a minute. Now that makes sense because when he went to go practice, he made sure he practiced on the high school football field instead of going practice at the Atlanta, Georgia Dome. That makes a whole lot of sense now.
No, you know why? Because Roger Goodell is racist.
Who?
Nah, Roger Goodell. Listen, let me explain something to y'all, man.
I trust Roger Goodell as much
Roger
as
Goodell
I
is
trust President
not
Trump.
a racist. Roger Goodell is all about appeasing the owners so he gets paid. He can give a damn about what color you are.
2 years ago.
Now a bulk of the owners are racist and he holds their interest in his hands.
Right.
Roger Goodell don't give a damn what color you are.
Yep.
Considering the speech he had in Michigan 2 years ago.
You got to think about it too. Look at his initial punishment for Ray Rice. That was. I mean, he could have
wiped the floor with him. He could have wiped the floor, and they tried to cover it up.
Okay.
Yeah, he tried to get rid of the tapes. Here's
my
and you got to understand, Roger Goodell has a great relationship with some of the melanin community across the landscape of the NFL, and I'm not just talking about players either. He has a great relationship with some of them. So
if Roger Goodell wasn't racist, explain this to me.
Okay.
Why there's only 3 black head coaches in the NFL?
And that's why
but that's based on the owners.
Hold on, Donovan. I got you.
That's the owners. That's not Roger Goodell.
Hey, Mr. Hitman, Mr. Brett the Hitman Hills.
What up, though?
I will explain that answer to you the moment that you explain to me why there are less than 3% of the CEOs in top Fortune 500 companies are African American or of minority descent. I'll wait.
Yes.
My Cat Williams voice.
Bro. I'm speechless. So I
hey,
Ron.
So let me break this down to you. And this was told to me. This is not something this is not knowledge that I acquired myself. This is something that was told to me.
Everybody that is involved with the Walmart company.
So I'm about to break that down. Again, this is information that was given to me. I didn't acquire it myself. This was straight given to me by a source that I'm very close to. The same source that gave me the information about Todd Gurley, Dennis. So it's the same source. What the structure of the NFL is, every team is its own company entity. The reason why players can't have third party companies where they pay the third party company and then the company pays the player is because every team is their own company and each company does not do corp to corp relationships. They only do corporation to employee relationships. And the reason why they do corporation to employee relationships is because you cannot hold another company to a morality clause, but you can hold an employee to a morality clause. So that means that each individual company dictates who is and who is not hired within their company. So Roger Goodell has nothing to do with that. All he is a board of director chairman and holding the interest of the owners. So your racism comments need not be directed towards Roger Goodell. They need to be directed towards the owners. Point blank, period.
Definitely the owners. Definitely.
All right, now, Ron, what was your next question?
My next question is, who is the best safety in the National Football League right now?
Jamal Adams.
Ooh. Jamal Adams.
Right?
Jamal Adams, bro.
You sure about that?
You sure about that? I got Kevin Byard. Jamal Adams.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm gonna go with Mika Fitzpatrick. I like him.
I like
Let
Mika.
me help y'all out a little bit.
Adams,
I was just about to say that. I wouldn't sleep on
Jamal Adams.
Free safety or strong safety?
Gotta let everybody talk though.
It don't matter. Whatever.
Yes,
There's a difference. There's a difference.
But ain't both of them up here?
They are, but that's what I'm saying. You can separate the two by
you just separate the two, but they give me two answers.
All right.
I'm going
Kevin Byard and Harrison Smith.
I'm taking Jamal Adams and Minka.
Minka good.
But why is the
a
Honey
beast.
Badger so low on there?
I agree with that. I like Tyrann Mathieu too, but I'm gonna go with Mika Fitzpatrick and Jamal Adams. I like both of those.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Matthew?
Yes, Lord.
I did my research.
Mm-hmm.
They said Kevin Bird from the
Kevin
Tennessee
Byard.
Byard, he's a beast.
He is best safety.
No, he's one of the best safeties, but he ain't better than Jamal Adams. You say what you want.
I just tell you what I found. I just tell you what I looked up, and this was.
Wait a minute, the Vikings got two safeties in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them.
Harrison Smith. Harrison Smith, one of them.
Harrison, I don't think
Harrison
he's
Smith
in
is a
no more.
linebacker personally.
Harrison Smith, one of them.
Now you're beginning to allude to my point.
Yeah, I think Harrison Smith is a linebacker personally. He can't cover.
He a beast.
He can't cover. He can hit. He can hit his behind up, but he can't cover.
He can't cover nothing.
Me personally, I don't respect Minnesota.
Sound like my safety, Keanu Neal, if he gonna stay healthy.
You can't stay healthy, man.
He would really be really good.
Key stay healthy.
Neal would be really good if he could, though.
I know,
swear
man.
to God, he would.
This is make or break for him this year, though. This is it.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
Okay, so what's your next question there, Ryan?
Wait. Hold on.
You ain't answer the question?
I broke it down. So my whole thing is, to me, Eddie Jackson is the best strong safety.
Eddie Jackson.
That's a good night. That's a good one though, bro.
From Chicago.
He's a homer.
Yeah,
it's a double homer because he's from Bama too.
He's a homer.
Wait.
You know what?
Wait. Now you know that I admit when I'm leaning to the side, when I'm leaning to the area where I'm being biased. I'm not being biased here.
You think Eddie Jackson, like,
what did he
pound
do?
For pound, is better than Jamal Adams?
Pound for pound.
Yes.
Jamal Adams.
Yes. Plus Jamal Adams is a free safety. But Jamal Adams.
Jamal Adams plays strong safety.
No. Jamal Adams is a free safety. He only goes to strong safety during the dime packages and the nickel packages. Don't play with me.
But they play dime and nickel a lot though.
They do, which is true.
From Chicago means he'll be strong safety.
Yeah, they do. They do.
No, don't say nothing. Well, he's a free safety.
If you just talk about strong safety, like you said,
because Harrison.
Don't start no big argument. We
who's the better cover out of the two, Jamal or Harrison?
Fitzpatrick.
Jamal.
Huh?
I think
Jamal's the better cover out of the two, right? So why would you play strong safety when you only looking at the over the top?
I get it, but you know he's listed as a strong safety though.
No, I know what he's listed at. But if you look at their packages and you know who built their packages, Frazier, you know how they alternate.
Okay.
So
built by UPS.
all I'm saying is his natural position, especially given his height, his natural position is going to be free safety. So
I like that.
His natural height is what?
He's 6'1".
He's 6'1". Yeah. So
6'1".
my whole thing
what
is,
last year? Did he make the Pro Bowl?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
All pro.
Yes, he
Any
did.
more questions, Brett?
Why y'all having these questions? Why y'all having these arguments with Brett? Y'all know Brett like
He better than every defensive player on your team.
Let's be clear. Jamal Adams is not a slouch, but he's not a slouch. But but is Jamal Adams better than Eddie Jackson? Even if we just comparing the two, is Jamal Adams better than Eddie Jackson from hash to hash?
Yes.
And the answer, not at all.
I believe so.
Listen, you know,
Eddie Jackson's a dog, though.
Let me tell y'all this. Y'all know doggone well with Jamal Adams being on the trade block, if he became a 49er, Brett will have a jersey tomorrow. All that he just said about Jamal Adams will go right out the
Yes, he
window.
would.
No,
Yes, he
gonna
would.
say
I
this.
Look at his
ain't
face.
hating on Jamal Adams. I'm hating on that.
I'm just gonna say
cat
this.
from
If
Chicago.
Jamal Adams,
Oh, you talking about Eddie Jackson?
You
Eddie
hate on
Jackson.
Eddie Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, Eddie Jackson
Jackson
a
the beast
beast.
though. He a
Eddie
beast.
Jackson, he's
Eddie
a
Jackson is
dog.
nice.
He's a
I'm not hating
dog.
on
But
Eddie
this
Jackson,
is
bro.
what I wanted to know.
Again, you all know when you all know that I will admit when I'm being biased.
Right,
I am not
listen,
being biased here.
I agree
I
with
don't
you
think
on
he's
that,
better than
Marcus.
Jamal
But this
Adams,
is the
though.
thing that I
he
wanted
is
to know.
nice. I'm not
Is
gonna take that away
nice
from you on that.
because that defense is nice?
Yeah.
Me living in
Is he,
Detroit,
is he a
Michigan, I
benefit
would
of two
Whoa.
nice defenses?
respect anything in
Okay.
Chicago.
And I'm talking about before Khalil Mack got there. That still was a nice
You
defense.
bring up a great point. Dennis. Hey, Rashawn, whose corners are better
Between
Minnesota and Chicago?
Chicago right now.
Right? No,
I don't
what?
live in Minnesota.
Go off of last year.
Chicago's we going up last year. Xavier Rhodes was trash last year.
Yeah, they were trash last
He
year,
was
bro.
trash.
I would
His
say
Trey Waynes was
Chicago
trash.
was definitely
Wait a
better.
He was
minute.
garbage.
Chicago was definitely
Wait
better.
a minute. Until last year, though, Minnesota was better. We're talking about last year.
Go back and review the
We're
tape.
talking about
point.
last
That's a
year,
good
but
point.
up
Go back and
until
review
last
the tape.
year,
Wait. Now let's go back. Like I said before Khalil Mack got there, Chicago had a good defense with Eddie Jackson. Now, what I wanted to know was
No. Khalil and Eddie Jackson got there the same year.
no, Eddie Jackson was there before that. Eddie Jackson got
Eddie Jackson.
Can I listen? Can I explain?
Khalil and Eddie Jackson, bruh, they both had 2 years in a Bears jersey going on 3.
Can I explain?
Okay.
And the Bears ain't done nothing.
2017 is when Eddie Jackson got there. I'm gonna just tell you flat out. I'm gonna just tell you flat out. I'm gonna just look at it.
Eddie Jackson has 2 interception returns on
Khalil Mack
Cam
got
Newton,
there
right?
in 2018. Yes,
Told
Khalil
you.
Mack got there in 2018.
I told you.
He was only there a year before.
Am I not the host of the show? Am I the host of the show or not? Let somebody let me know.
I mean,
Somebody let me know.
You gonna listen now?
Don't get mad at me because I know your team better than you.
You gonna listen
Don't
now?
know my team better than me, bro.
Are you gonna listen now? But at the end of the day,
Big Ron, what's up, baby?
his stats did get better the same year Khalil Mack was there.
But I'm talking about that team defense. If you watch that team play,
No, he was a dog. He was a dog the year before.
If you watch that, no, listen what I'm trying to say. I can't go off the stats. I watched this
Ryan,
team
you
play.
know who we need for this topic?
You watched that team
already
play
know.
before they got Khalil Mack. I said these Bulls is dangerous.
Well, the Bears always have a decent.
I mean, we always. Dennis, you already know. And you're right, Dennis. It was Roquan Smith that got there when Khalil got there.
Yep.
That's what it was.
See the shirt. Y'all see the shirt. I know about Roe.
It was Roquan Smith that got there when Khalil got there. Because nobody expected us to draft Roquan Smith that early.
Yeah.
No, because Chicago blows.
That's why you always get linebackers. That's the
What you say? What you say, Brett?
Chicago blows. That's why they're called the Windy City.
I'm not going there right now. Listen, what I'm trying to say is,
hey, Brett, ain't your team the 49ers?
Don't do it. No.
You gotta let me have it now, Ron. Because I didn't start this. So, so now I didn't start this. So now ain't your team the 49ers? Wait, ain't your team the 49ers?
Got more Super Bowl wins than your Chicago.
Wait. Didn't y'all have a lead on Kansas City by 16 points? So if my team blows. If my team blows, that means your team swallows. Because you don't recover.
Let them talk. Y'all gotta be able
That's what that means. That's what that means. That means that your team swallows if my team blows.
Now say something back, Brett.
Y'all don't recover. Y'all just ingest and
swallowing that win while you were watching my team in the Super Bowl this year, and I bet you bought Super Bowl squares for it.
Hey, you know what's good about watching the team in the Super Bowl? We don't have to watch ourselves lose. That's what's great about watching the team in the Super Bowl. We sit back and we watch you make a fool out of yourselves when you got the same offensive coordinator that, and no disrespect, Ron, because I know this ain't directed towards you, but you got the same offensive coordinator / head coach that gave up the 28-3 lead, and then comes right to San Francisco and says, you know what? What I did in Atlanta wasn't good enough. Let me do it again. Let me give away another one.
Show them the pose they did when they was up, and then they end up losing after that. When they posed in the end zone.
Whoa, said the guy that this team
we
got to change the subject. Yo, hold up. We gotta change the
Mind your
subject.
business.
All right.
Leave them alone.
We gotta
My
change the
next
subject.
question
You know why y'all ain't win? Because y'all fired Kaepernick, dummies.
My
Oh, yeah?
next, my
Why?
next
Took you guys 30 years to reach the Super Bowl because everybody else sucked.
Yeah, go ahead, Ron.
to a racist
You couldn't
football
win the Super
player.
Bowl without Devin Hester.
Brett, let Ron speak, man. We on the next subject.
Should a racist football player keep his job in the National Football League?
Well, it's too late for that. Riley
Yeah.
Cooper stayed on the Eagles for a long time. Too late for that.
Let me tell you something.
I gotta hear this.
Let me tell you something.
Who wrote these questions?
These are
So-
Ron's hot topics.
So it's just a question. It's
Hot
just a question.
tropics. What?
Hot topics.
It's just a matter of fact. I'm gonna go ahead and say this, right? I don't care if you're racist, if you're I don't that thing, none of that right there matters to me. What matters to me is the body of work. Did you put the body of work in to get to the NFL? Whether you was racist or not, that doesn't matter because that's not what we're watching. We're not watching football to be to pick who's racist or who's not racist. We watch football for entertainment. We watch football for to watch him go to battle. So if he's racist, that's his own personal problem. As long as he know how to keep it civil on the field, he earned that. He earned that spot to be in the NFL just like everybody else.
Yeah,
I respect that.
I mean, I
Hey,
get that, but at the
let me
same
ask you a
time, it
question.
hasn't.
Hey,
What
Donovan,
about
let me ask you a
Richie
question.
Incognito?
Were y'all asking who was racist when we were fighting the terrorists against 9/11?
Exactly.
Racism
Talk
didn't
to him.
matter at that time.
Talk to
I
him.
respect that.
Racism went out the door, right?
Wait,
Talk
racism went
to
right
him.
out the door at that
I
time.
said that to say this. Racism goes out the door during times of battle, just like Rashawn said. However, when the battle is over, and I'm saying this for a specific point because Rashawn pointed out something great. When the battle is over, you still got to go home. And the thing that people don't realize, which is a topic of conversation in political area in the political arena right now, is the fact that when people were fighting together in World War I and II, Tuskegee Airmen included, things of that nature. When they came home, they were still treated like shit. And so should a person lose their ability to support their family because they're racist? Absolutely not. But when you walk out of that practice facility, should that person get their ass whooped? Absolutely.
Oh, all day.
Okay.
And I think it should go both ways. Whether you're white and you hate black people,
you're absolutely right. You should be held accountable on both sides.
You should be held accountable. Period.
Because the days of not holding people accountable for being dicks outside of their profession is over.
That's over. It's over.
I'm sorry, Dennis.
But
the days of not holding people accountable for being penises.
There you go. Cox. Roosters.
Hey,
Call them some.
Got another question?
Chicken fight.
Yo, Ant, why you sitting there with that big ass G on your chest?
I'm a Georgia.
But Jimmy Garoppolo.
It looked like your chest is a G spot.
Don't do it like that, now.
Who said something about my quarterback?
What quarterback will get 1,000 yards this season?
Well, who?
It's like a big bullseye for Alabama fans. It's like, oh, boom! Skip.
Let me ask the question, y'all. Let me ask the question.
What running back will get 1,000 yards this season?
What running back will get 1,000 yards? Oh, Lamar Jackson from the Rip.
Running back.
That is a running back.
Here's my pick. Here's my pick.
Who you got, Devon?
Y'all ain't gonna believe me when I tell you this.
Is that an Eagles uniform for 1,000 yards rushing? No, that's
out of Penn State, man.
Ron, can you repeat the question because I didn't hear the question because Rashawn is an idiot.
What running back will get 1,000 yards this season?
Here's my next pick.
Just told you. Lamar Jackson, man.
Are you talking about the first running back or any running back?
Any running back.
They got to pay Dalvin. He holding out though.
I think the first running back that is going to get 1,000 yards this season is actually going to be Saquon Barkley.
He's going to ball. He's going to ball. Tell him again, Stanfield. He's going to ball.
He's going to get loose this year.
He got
Yes,
the
he
Georgia
is.
Bulldog blocker for Andrew Thomas though. That's why he
No,
gonna
he
ball
he
out this
supposed
year.
he supposed to get
He
paid
gonna
next
follow
year.
the
That's
G
why
spot.
he supposed to get paid next year.
But y'all don't sleep on Ty Gurley. Don't sleep on him.
I'm sleep on Ty Gurley.
Yeah,
Ty Gurley
I'm
knees is
gonna
already
go.
broke.
I'm
No,
gonna
He
go.
passed the physical.
I'm
no,
He
gonna go
passed
with
the
my guy
physical,
Josh
fellas.
Jacobs. Go get 1,000.
He just
Anybody
took a
else?
drug test. That's all it was.
Yo, Brett, is Tevin Campbell gonna get 1,000 yards this year?
Then Tevin Campbell.
Oh,
Can
listen,
we
Ron,
talk?
You talking about the
you got
singer?
batteries in your pockets, bro. What you
Huh?
laughing for?
That guy says
MVP
Tevin
this year,
Campbell,
our
you wildin',
gun
bro.
is going to be my running back, Raheem Mostert. He's going to go for 2K.
How is
What?
wait, how is
I'm not
Raheem
entertaining.
Brett, how is Raheem gonna get
Brett.
1,000 when he's sharing carries with two other backs and
Hold
he
on,
can't
hold
stay
on.
healthy?
Hold on. Brett,
Oh, he can,
what you
he
pass
can't
that
stay
this way?
healthy?
Brett, pass it this way. We gonna sit that
Come on,
Hey,
man.
time
Ain't
out. How
nobody
many
want to
Falcons
hear
fans
nothing
on here?
about the Atlas Cowgirls
two of them
because
that
you
I see.
guys ain't got no D.
Listen,
No,
but
Anthony White, you a
we
Falcons
gonna
fan?
what you know we gonna do, Brett? With you saying that your running back gonna get 2,000 yards, we gonna put
I'm a
that right
Falcons
next to the
fan, bro.
comment that the Cowboys
Okay,
gonna do the
I
Super
got
Bowl every
something for
year.
y'all.
You tripping?
Hey,
You
can I ask a
tripping.
question?
What is
You got
wrong with
Dallas
you?
yards,
You guys
bro?
went to the NFC title game. Like Cat Williams said, don't worry, I'll wait.
I got a
Oh my
question for my Falcons
God,
fans.
bro.
I see
What's
we
your
got
question?
we got 3 Falcons fans here. I got a question for my
I'm a
Falcons.
grinder for the
All right, I'm ready.
I want to see something. Oh, it's quiet in here now. Ooh.
That could be.
that's a
This is the
fact.
thing. This is the
That
thing
That's a
record is
though.
fact.
ridiculous. That's
This is the thing
ridiculous.
though.
Wait a minute, y'all not winning 11-29 against us. I'll say that.
This is the thing though,
Yeah,
man.
That's
I'm a
ridiculous.
Falcons fan,
everybody's
That,
gonna
right?
beat the Raiders,
that
bro.
list is
I would be
blasphemous.
damned if I go down there and we lose that game, man.
This is how I
Everybody's
feel
gonna beat the
about.
Raiders, bro. Everybody. Don't even
All
worry
right,
about
what
it.
you trying to
Oh,
say?
we beating the
Hold
Raiders.
on.
I ain't even worried about the Raiders. We beating the Raiders. I ain't
All
not
right,
even
well,
worried about
let me just hear this. Let me hear what Ant trying to say. What you trying to say, Ant?
I'm 42 years old, man. I've been a Falcons fan since I was 7, 8 years old. And one thing I'll tell you about the Falcons, and it's true every year, if they go 3-12, 3-13, or 13-3 would not surprise me at all. That's just how it
And
is
they
with them.
still trash.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think we're
So you're
going
saying that the
12-4.
Falcons in itself are totally unpredictable
I don't
Right. It's all
exactly.
about
I
every
don't trust.
facet.
they
I
just
don't.
like
Definitely.
that
I
Jamie
mean, the
Foxx song.
Falcons couldn't even win
Girl,
the
you
Super Bowl with Deion
comfortable.
Sanders. Get out of here.
How do y'all have the
Brett,
Falcons?
why do you
How do y'all have the Falcons beating the Seattle Seahawks
Because
Because
Seattle always
we
and
always beat Seattle Seahawks.
and the Chicago Bears? What are y'all smoking
Them
crack?
first 2 games will determine a lot. We played the Seattle first, and then we played
then
Dallas
they got to
second.
beat in Green Bay.
Hey, Stanfield, you know
We'll beat
we can't say
Green Bay
crack no
too.
more. Chill out.
Oh my bad. Are y'all
And
smoking white
losing to the
powdery
fucking
substances?
Lions. Freaking Lions.
Well, ask Green Bay and Seattle what happened the last time we played them. Just
Are
ask.
y'all smoking dehydrated
It's
residue from yeast infections?
Listen,
Y'all
whatever
got them
Brett got,
beating the Seahawks
Hey, the jokes are
and
cool,
losing
but
to
just
the
Yo,
ask them
Lions.
teams what happened the
put
last
that
time we played
together.
them.
It's just
it's not
all.
like the Falcons don't have talent. It's the coaching staff, man.
hold on, wait
No
a
one
minute,
trusts
wait a
Dan
minute.
Quinn and the coaching staff.
Oh, don't
Wait a
Wait,
blame
minute.
the
it on the
last time
coaching
we
staff.
played
It
y'all,
ain't
we
it ain't
mollywopped
San
y'all.
No,
Francisco.
you
We
didn't.
stole your
We
old
talking
team.
about
Yes,
Chicago?
look at the last game. Look at the last game,
Give
Ron.
me your chat again.
Ron, look at the last game.
Are you talking about Chicago?
The
As long
last
as y'all
game,
know
Ron.
y'all gonna lose to the Cowboys, I ain't mad.
Cowboys. That's gonna be
And more
a
than
great game
likely, if
right
you
there.
guys finish third place in
We
your
gonna
division,
blow
you're not
y'all
making
out.
the playoffs.
We gonna blow y'all out.
You're not gonna blow
Hey,
us
y'all
out.
don't
We're
forget
gonna
that.
blow
Don't
the
forget,
Falcons
fellas.
out, bro.
Nah, you're not gonna
Don't
blow us
forget.
out. That's not
Hold
gonna
We're
on.
happen.
You
gonna
ain't
blow
blowing
them
the
out.
Falcons out now. Hold on now.
The Cowboys gonna
Let's
blow them out,
get a
bro.
little
Hey,
disrespectful. You ain't gonna blow us
Just
out. That's
why?
crazy.
the thing about the Falcons is
We
what
matched
might
up
save us
almost
this
toe to
season.
toe across the board. How you gonna blow us out? That makes no
We're
sense.
not toe to toe across the board. Why do you believe that? Your running back ain't
Because
got
we
shit on my
are.
running back. Let's start there.
Yo,
Let's
watch your
start
mouth.
there.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
What?
Come
Why
on,
you
fellas.
don't be allowed on stuff all the time?
Let's
Watch
be
your
respectful,
mouth.
fellas. Falcons got the talent. It's not talent. It's coaching.
You sit
That's
over here
all it is in the
arguing with
Falcons problem.
Falcon fans.
Falcons got talent to
You've been
where?
off
At
in
the
the
wide
basement.
I
receiver
just want to know.
position?
I've
You
been
out
on
of
this
pocket.
show with Ron for months. I ain't never
You
having
ain't
an
said
argument
nothing.
with Ron.
You ain't said nothing.
A playoff team. I ain't having no argument
One
with
But
thing, y'all
listen,
don't give nobody a chance to say anything.
That's true.
I'm not arguing with y'all. Yo, how y'all feel
Me
about
either.
y'all team?
I'm not finna argue. Now I know what my team gonna do.
What you
I
say
know
you
what
got?
we're capable of. That's why I said I
Yeah,
can't
I know
wait,
y'all gonna
man.
get rocked week 2. Y'all gonna get rocked week 2.
Fact.
I don't know about
They got
Rock,
players
though.
in Dallas.
See,
But
They
had
got
Dak
players in
Prescott
Dallas.
should be the quarterback
It
in
don't matter
Dallas.
who the quarterback is. It don't matter.
Oh, boy, stop!
yeah,
Don't put
you
your boy
talking. Yeah, you
Andy
talking
Dalton back
crazy.
there.
Ryan
You
don't
think
know
y'all gonna blow us out? You
Listen,
talking crazy.
Nobody can hear nobody because everybody talking over everybody.
both our quarterbacks better than Matt Ryan, so I don't care.
All right, so let's hear this.
Yeah,
Let's hear this.
sure they are.
Sean,
That's a fact,
Sean,
baby. That's
Sean,
a fact.
Let me ask you something.
Was
Can
your
I say
quarterback
something
top five
quick?
last year?
Can I say something, please?
Sean, I'm finna get you right here. Hey, your quarterback won MVP.
Has your
What has your
quarterback
quarterback
Okay.
done since?
Okay.
Can I
Let's
say
talk.
something?
Okay,
Wait,
okay, Ryan. Okay, Ryan.
wait,
Okay, listen to
answer
this.
that. Answer that.
Okay, listen. No, he
Answer
hasn't.
that.
But
Then when
listen
you
to this
come to
though.
the big boy
Okay,
table.
I said it. Okay, now what has your quarterback done for me lately?
Hey, your quarterback,
Okay.
that
Right.
Andy Dalton, won MVP.
No,
Okay. Next.
So
but
let me
neither
say
one of
this.
our quarterbacks
Also,
gave up a
next,
20
which one of
to
your
3 lead
guys'
either.
quarterback went to the
You know the
NFC
difference
Championship
between
game
Next.
last year?
First of all, that wasn't the quarterback. That was the team. That was bad coaching.
Yeah, I
First
hear
of all,
that.
it wasn't the quarterback.
it was terrible
Hey,
coaching.
listen, I'm a
Second
Cowboys
of all,
fan. Don't
there is
talk to me
no
about
way.
bad coaching.
There is no way that Dak will ever be better than Matt Ryan.
That was funny,
He
Rashawn.
has to prove
You
that.
feel me?
Matt
You
Ryan,
feel me,
Matt Ryan has
Stanfield?
got
You
Matt
can't talk
Ryan
to
has
me
gotten
about
to
bad
the
coach.
Super
I said
Bowl.
Jason
Yo,
Garrett, bro. I
you
don't want to
gotta
hear
let
it.
everybody talk, man.
Matt Ryan, Matt Ryan has gotten to the Super Bowl. Has Dak ever got to the Super Bowl?
No. Or Andy Dalton.
But guess what?
Hold on. How y'all
They
gonna
got the same amount of rings,
I,
though,
I'm
right?
not gonna let y'all wait, hold on.
But they got the
I'm
same
not
amount of rings.
time on. I'm not gonna let y'all sit there and bash that like that. Matt Ryan
But
didn't
No,
get to
the
the Super
truth
Bowl.
is,
Matt Ryan didn't get to the
Dennis.
Super Bowl until his 7th season. If I'm
but
Dennis.
wrong.
but the
Dennis.
truth
Dennis.
is,
Hey,
how
big
long
dog.
how
I got
long
this.
Andy
Watch
Dalton been
this.
in the league?
Watch this.
I ain't
Watch
worried
this.
about
Watch
no
this.
Andy Dalton. I'm just talking
How
about
long how long he been in the league?
Okay.
Just watch
Ryan,
this.
you want to throw that?
So are
I'm
you
not
telling
fighting
me
for
you're gonna take Matt Ryan and Matt Schaub over Andy Dalton and Dak Prescott? You're out of your mind, man.
Right.
I
Andy
wouldn't.
Yeah, I
Dalton,
can say that.
wait a minute.
Absolutely, I would.
This the same
Absolutely, I
Andy
would.
Dalton that had T.O. and Ocho Cinco.
He didn't have T.O.
He didn't have to.
Okay.
This
No,
the
Ryan,
same Dalton.
Palmer had to.
You're talking about the
Carson
you're
Palmer
talking
had
about a
to.
36. You're
Carson
talking about
Palmer.
a 36-year-old To.
No,
Seriously,
don't give me that.
Listen,
Don't
Matt,
give
though.
me that.
Listen.
don't give
Andy
me
Dalton
that. It
has been to
matters.
the Pro Bowl with
Yo,
Levis.
when did Marcus get in here? Kick him out.
Marcus,
What's wrong with y'all? This
Marcus,
guy is
like,
still talking about. This guy is
No,
still talking about Dalvin Cook is not a certified franchise running back. Kick him out of the
that's
chat. He
not what I
doesn't.
said.
He doesn't
let's
belong
get on
here.
this Dallas case.
Hey,
Please do.
He's
Yo,
not, though.
Marcus
hang on,
belongs
hang
in
on,
this chat
hang on.
like
Yo,
Drew
you don't
Brees
belong in this
belongs
chat
in Black
saying that
Lives Matter. It doesn't flow.
you don't belong in this chat.
Yo, what?
Hey,
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 What?
When was
hey,
the last
you
time
don't,
Dallas
Yo.
was in the NFC
hey,
Championship game,
you don't
Marcus?
belong
hey,
in this
wait,
chat.
wait,
You
wait,
don't
wait,
belong
wait,
in
wait.
this
hey,
chat.
Everybody
hey,
talking at the same.
hey,
Yo, hold up. Everybody
Yo,
talking at the same time. Who gonna hear this?
What'd you say,
Who
Brett?
gonna
yo,
be honest? Let's be honest. Who gonna hear this?
yo.
Nobody
okay.
gonna hear this.
Yo, who else
It's
comes to
That's
a
why I raised
Rise
my
Up
hand.
platform show with their own emblem logo on? Nobody, except for Marcus Muscle Shirt Betts.
Muscle
Yo,
shirt.
Because you think the Cowboys on the
yo,
back and they ain't
he
done
has a
nothing
cow.
relevant. They can't even
He has a
sign
cow
a
in his
quarterback.
American flag. Yo, isn't that
Hold on,
illegal
Stanfield.
to desecrate the American flag? Isn't that illegal,
It's
Marcus? You
not.
gotta.
It's not. This is not.
They got to deal with Andy Dalton.
This is
Oh my
Bacon
God.
Nation, baby. Bacon Nation.
Please, somebody let Brett say that trash that he was just saying. Please.
It looks
What
like
you
an
say?
I don't know
American
why
flag to
Brett
me,
don't just let
Marcus.
everybody talk before he talk. That's what I'm trying to do.
What Brett say? What you say, Brett?
You heard what I said. They can't even sign Dak. They got to settle for Andy Dalton.
So you saying the Cowboys are not good at being runner-ups? Is what you saying? Like the 49ers?
No. The Cowboys will be 6-10 this year. Mark
Then
my
they
words.
then they turn the lights out. Then they turn the lights out, so you can win the Super Bowl. You still couldn't win.
Time out. Hang on, Sean. Hang on. Are you?
I ain't taking your bet on that, Marcus. Forget
Then
about it.
watch your. Hey, then don't make crazy statements like that. 6-10, put something on it.
Hey,
Put
Sean, I
something
see
on
you.
it.
I
You
do
was
have
angry
some on it
earlier,
called
right?
close.
Huh?
I ain't taking
I
your
seen you
bet.
was
I already
angry
gave you
earlier,
a
right?
taste of pop this
Yeah.
past year.
I'm gonna bring it back up for you. You was a little
Please.
angry. You was a little angry about this earlier, right?
And you talking?
Please.
Hang on, Dennis.
Oh, come on.
Are you serious? You gonna pull it back up, Dennis?
All right, listen, man. This is what I do. I bring it back. Like
Listen,
a punch.
let me tell you something. Number one, Prescott don't do laterals in the middle of the field. I can't have quarterbacks that's trying to lateral to tight ends in a playoff game on my not
Dennis,
for my
I see where
team.
you're going with this.
Hey, fella, I got a question for y'all.
What's the question, man? What's the question, Big A?
What's y'all surprise team in every division this year? Surprise team that people don't think will come and do something.
In every division?
I got the
Every
Lions
division.
in the
How about
NFC
one
That's a
of each
lot,
conference?
man.
How about
I like
one
the
of each
Dolphins.
conference?
Okay.
Cardinals in the NFC West.
Just pick
NFC West, I
two.
think the
Just pick
Cardinals.
No,
two
we gonna
divisions.
pick. Hey,
Pick
hold
two
on,
divisions.
Brett.
No,
Before
pick
you
one
go
division in both conferences.
Okay.
Just
NFC
one
North.
out of each conference. One out of each conference. That's what we'll do. Go ahead, Brett.
NFC.
Start it off.
I got darn. I don't know if I want to go with the Lions or the Washington Redskins winning the NFC East. Marcus,
Oh, man.
What?
You
You
done
would
grew some
never
teeth.
just
put
because
anybody
he's
else.
on here.
I know.
You done grew some teeth with that.
Are you smoking? I need some.
Either you're drunk right now or you're just trying to get a rise out of me.
He
It's
trying
one of the
to get a rise out of the three of us. I said he must be over there growing some teeth.
You don't even believe. You don't
No, I
even
only
believe
said
that.
That man
Marcus
is
Listen, if
smoking
he's trying,
K2.
listen, he
I
must
got
have
the
dentures
AFC.
because clearly he's looking for a rise,
He's smoking.
and he wants everybody in the NFC East to finish
No, he's smoking K2, bro. That's
after
it.
he
I'm done.
removes those dentures.
Marcus, the AFC.
I'm done. He's smoking
Watch
K2.
out
That's
for the
it.
Dolphins and the
That's what
NFC.
happens.
He reminds me of Lady
Let him
Eloise,
finish.
and
Let him
all
finish.
three of y'all are Eddie Murphy.
And
Negative.
me personally, like
No. You're going to succumb. You're gonna go to the room. I guarantee you. You got to go to the room.
The
Got
Arizona
to.
Cardinals.
You said the Dolphins and the Lions? That's what you said, Brett?
No, the Dolphins and the Cardinals.
Dolphins and the Cardinals. All right, go ahead. Who you got, Marcus?
I'll say I agree with Brett. That's something he said is kind of legit.
Okay.
The Cardinals. I could definitely see the Cardinals. I have Kyler Murray as my. I think Kyler Murray has a Lamar Jackson type season from last year this year. Cardinals, and I will say this. I will say the Pittsburgh Steelers bouncing back and winning the AFC North.
Okay, so what you got over there, Travis?
Well, I had the Cardinals. I definitely like the Cardinals. I think they're gonna be a surprise squad, and I think Oakland's gonna be pretty good.
Okay, all right. So what you got over there, Ryan? Ryan Thomas?
I got the Cardinals and I got Atlanta.
Okay, but they're in the same division. You got to pick one in the AFC.
Pittsburgh.
Okay. All right, Divine, what you got?
Everybody one of the worst teams.
Against my better judgment.
I can't believe nobody picked my team here in the AFC. That's good. That's good. Don't pick it.
All right. Well, shut up.
Must be trash.
That's why it's a surprise. They ain't my team. I'm just saying.
I against my better judgment, I'm going to say the New England Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the New England Patriots.
And let me just say something with that, D. Stanfield. If that happens, I'm telling you, you Buffalo Bills fans will not be able to hide from me next season. You won't be able to hide. On every platform, on every Rise Up show, torturing you. Just so y'all know. Just so y'all know, if that happens, all you Buffalo Bills fans are saying just because Tom Brady's at the AFC East, I will be your personal torturer. Your personal torturer next week.
You already, Marcus. You already are, bro.
Finish.
You already are, bro.
Yeah, the muscle shirts are torturing the shit out of us. Anyway, the New England Patriots and my very own Chicago Bears.
Dennis,
you stole mine.
Hey, Dennis,
you were doing so good. You were doing so good. You were doing so good.
The criteria was surprisingly competing when nobody expected it.
Only reason I can't say nothing about Stanfield doing that because he got.
Shut your
I
ass
got no time for fake ones. Just sip some Cristal with these real ones. I'm East to West Coast.
Yo, Rashawn, tell him to come back player of the year again.
Mr. Trubisky, baby.
That's it, baby.
That's how you do it.
That's
That's how
it.
you do
How you
that.
come back on the bench,
Shit.
man?
That's it. Easy. The same
Hey,
way Peyton.
Anthony.
Hey, Anthony, I'm glad you said that. The same way
What I
Peyton
say,
Manning
Anthony?
did when Brock Osweiler was a starter. Dummy. Boom, 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 boom.
Nick Foles ain't gonna take. They Foles taking that job, brother.
No, he gonna take the job all the way into the Super Bowl and then he gonna get injured like a dummy and Mr. Trubisky gonna win it for us.
You heard what Ant said.
I'm gonna tell you something. Nick Foles is gonna lose that job week 3 because he can't play no other offense but Andy Reid's. That's it.
That is Andy Reid's
Andy Reid's
That's Andy
offense
Reid's
is what we
offense,
run.
Matt
Matt Nagy's offense is Andy Reid's offense.
He's from the Andy Reid tree too.
Yes.
We everywhere.
He was the number one protege to Andy Reid.
Yes.
Him and Doug Peterson. The only reason Doug Peterson got a job before Matt Nagy was because Doug Peterson had a defensive background as well. That's the only reason.
Doug P, Nat Mag, and Eric Bieniemy. Those are 3
That's
right
it.
there.
Those
But
three.
Eric Bieniemy have a job next year.
Didn't get a job, but he's the only one that won the Super Bowl.
The only reason,
I ain't gonna say
I wasn't gonna say this, man.
Bieniemy,
I really want to wait till we off the air, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this. The only reason Bieniemy ain't got no job is because everybody's afraid of the fact that he ain't got no offense. They treat Bieniemy like he's Mark Jackson of the NFL. They don't know if he has any concept of offensive strategy.
All right, so what we got over there, Don Juan? Donovan Simmons.
I was gonna go with the Bears too, just based off of the turmoil in Minnesota and then Green Bay. I mean, I think Chicago has a favorable schedule, so I'm gonna go with Chicago.
Do. Shout out to Andre Punk.
And then I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
Okay.
Don't let it happen.
Come on, hey, what you got here?
Denver Broncos and the AFC.
Yo, Rashawn, that's the look that we're gonna have after we win the division. He'd be like, I can't believe we were supposed to be tanking for Trevor. And now we don't win the division. We can't win the Super Bowl with this team, but we won the division. What the hell?
Wait, who else you got, Big Ant?
I know it's probably crazy, but y'all say surprising. They're in a tough division, but I'm gonna say the Redskins.
Man, what is up with y'all? And stop calling them the Redskins. First of all, you racists. It's the team in Washington.
The team in Washington got a good defense.
I call them the Deadskins. That way,
that high school football team. That's what y'all talking about.
Watch their defense, man. Got a good defense.
First of all,
they get any kind of offense, man.
First of all, the Deadskins have Coach Carter in the backfield running for him, and Adrian Peterson.
You said Coach Carter, dog.
Real Coach Carter. That's exactly what he looked like.
That's funny to me, bro.
I'm definitely gonna take the Dolphins.
They got Fidel Castro coaching them.
I think the Dolphins gonna come right up and put the Bills in third place. I think the Patriots. I think the Dolphins will come right up with the Bills in third place.
Oh, don't do that.
I gotta stop. I really gotta stop.
And the NFC, I feel like the NFC is like tougher, man. I'm gonna go with
It's tough.
It is. I'm gonna take the Bucks. I think the Bucks gonna come out that division, bro.
Is that really a surprise though?
That's a
It ain't a surprise though.
Is it? It is a surprise because I don't think that the O line. I don't think the O line is.
You're the only one that think like that, though.
I don't think the O line is as strong as everybody thinks.
But you're the only one that thinks that. Everybody else thinks that they're coming out of that division because of Tom Brady.
And the offensive weapons that he has around him.
Yeah, according to everybody else, the Bucs.
If he don't got Belichick, it's a stretch.
But did y'all hear what Jameis Winston said? He said he got LASIK and he ready.
And he lost what? Did he say 17 pounds?
He lost 17 pounds, and he's ready.
You know what that means?
He said he's ready to take the starting job. He said he's ready to take the starting job and be the real black quarterback that New Orleans needs.
I hear that.
He won't be better than Aaron Jones was. Let me say that. Aaron Brooks.
Aaron Brooks.
Aaron Brooks was the man too. Oh man.
But I'm gonna get my
Joe Horn. He had Joe Horn over there.
Was he?
Aaron Brooks is good, bro. Aaron Brooks was real good. You tripping?
Was he?
Yeah.
I know cell phone Joe, man.
I ain't got that much time. I ain't going there with you tonight. We only got about 8 minutes. Let me get this.
So Michael Vick's cousin was the man?
Yes. Yes. Him and Mr. Trubisky have a lot in common.
Oh, okay. So that means that he was mediocre at best.
No, that means he was definitely 2 steps away from a Super Bowl, man. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
Aaron Brooks never threw for 4,000 yards.
No, he's a runner. He's not a thrower.
Definitely a screen. He no, seriously though, I think his
However,
comparison nowadays would probably be Teddy Bridgewater.
All right. I stand correct. Well, he's thrown for 26, 27, 24, and 21 touchdowns in a season. That's pretty goddamn good. Although during those seasons, his lowest output of interceptions was 8, and then 15, 16, 22, and 17.
So if you throw 22 interceptions, does that make you bad?
Not if your name is Peyton Manning, because
what if your name is Phillip Rivers?
Well, Phillip Rivers also threw for 38 touchdowns. So that
no, not that season.
Overrated.
In that season, he only threw for about 23 touchdowns.
Phillip Rivers overrated, bro.
I don't think he had 22 interceptions, but he had 20-something interceptions.
Dude is overrated.
And I think he had about 23 touchdowns. He was 20-something and 23.
Define overrated. Wait. Let's go. Let's continue on with the show. We can talk about this afterwards.
Yes, all I'm going to say is here's my two teams. The Browns are coming out of the AFC.
No.
That's my pick there.
At the AFC?
Not a poop stain. Not the poop stains.
As you see, the addition of Bill
the
Collins.
Browns, despite Baker Mayfield.
Yep, but despite the hate that you got for Baker Mayfield, the Browns are coming out of the AFC.
All right.
I would have picked the Rams because my love for Cooper Kupp, but I got a bet against TC.
I do like Cooper Kupp though.
I would have picked the Rams because of my love for Cooper Kupp.
It was 27-20, by the way.
It was 27. Okay, yeah, that's still bad.
I do like Cooper Kupp though.
I like Cooper Kupp too. But
He's a beast. I like Cooper Kupp.
And that was the worst ratio he ever had in his career. Oh no.
He just had one.
No. You talking about last year? Oh, you talking about last year?
Yeah.
23-20. Okay.
I knew I was close. That's what I'm talking about. I knew I was close.
That's what she said too.
And my NFC team is my NFC team. I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings.
Even with all the losses on defense,
I thought about it. If they don't resign Everson Griffin, it's going to be a bad job.
One thing about Mike Zimmer
or the Cowboys,
he can fix the defense. That's one thing about him.
That's true.
But how many
it may not be top 5, but you don't need a top 5 defense to win the Super Bowl, Kansas City. So
hey Marcus, who the best quarterback in your division?
Ooh.
I'm going to have to say Andy Dalton.
I know it.
You serious?
Come on, dog.
I can't. Y'all gotta stop disrespecting Dak like that.
See how they disrespect Dak?
You gotta give Dak that though. You gotta give Dak that.
Cowboys.
That's gonna get franchise 2 years, man.
Trade him right now to Buffalo. Trade him to Buffalo so I get a jersey.
Let me respond to that. Look,
that's gonna get that franchise 2 years to get that money.
Let me finish. He got the franchise tag, right? $31.5 million. Let's
just say
32.
Let me finish. He gonna sign it, man. He gonna sign it.
Are you willing to walk away from $2 million a game?
Yeah.
Marcus, I like the way you put that.
Because you know why, Marcus?
Other statements in there.
You know why, Marcus? Because if you get because in the $34 million contract that they were offering, it wasn't all guaranteed.
All right, we got
one thing about the franchise tender is that every dime is guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed. That's what I'm saying.
Guaranteed.
So you think he's going to walk away from all you doubters out there? You really think he's going to walk away from $2 million a week?
He'll sign right before the season starts.
No,
he won't go to training camp this year. No training camp for that.
Let me tell you. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I wouldn't if I were him. I would not walk away from that.
If I was him because I
would not walk away from
you're
it.
A hater. That's why you'll walk.
I wouldn't. If I were Dak, I wouldn't walk away from it this season because I know I can torch everybody I see.
Exactly, and make more money
the next season. Because not only will he be guaranteed first team All Pro. He might be guaranteed the Super Bowl, and that will garner him a franchise tag of $38 million. Then they have to pay him.
I don't mind paying him. Then
let me ask y'all this. Let me ask all the panelists who likes to make little quirky comments.
We got 2 minutes. We only got 2 minutes.
How with the Cowboys as presently constructed?
We got 1 minute.
How many yards and touchdowns does Dak Prescott throw for next year?
At least 4,200. At least 4,200. At least.
If he throw anything over 4,800,
with Malarkey as the coach and his ability to mix up the route tree, Probably about 4,200 at least.
I don't think so.
Because Malarkey doesn't like to run the ball.
He threw for 4,800 last year.
Hard for
That's why I said,
49.
right,
That's what I feel too.
but people are going to game plan for him.
Fellas, hold up. We gotta end the show.
Fly ass chicks who paint them pretty ass lips. For them trap boys out doubling up on bricks. For positions like